Buzz, buzz, hive. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. It is I, the bee queen, Bumblebubz, here to spread more good vibes to all hives. We are here today on this spooky Sunday, just to watch some videos. Watch some videos and react, specifically videos about Stranger Things. I, over the past couple of days, binged the season 5 of Stranger Things. I know that, I think, the finale just dropped New Year's, didn't it? So yeah, it's pretty fresh, pretty hot. I waited for Stranger Things for so long. I'm so glad to see it finished. Yeah, me too. I was a early Stranger Things watcher, hopped on board with that. When does that come out? 2016 it started? Yeah. So I've been watching, since the beginning, since the start. Also, don't mind me, hive. I need to make a few more adjustments here at the hive, at the castle. Yeah, we're just chatting today. I have some videos pulled up that I want to watch, and all right, I just have to get myself together. I have my loading music stuck in my head, but I suppose that it's better than the me chatting, like what's the word I'm looking for? It's not me chatting, like the me's from the wheeze, the me's from the wheeze. Yeah. Anyways, I'm getting my monitor set up now. Yeah, cozy YouTube videos today. Exactly. I've been holding off. These are like videos from my own personal subscription list. So these are accounts that I subscribe to that have been chatting about the Stranger Things season 5. So I've been holding off. What is happening here? There we go. I've been waiting to watch them because I thought it'd be fun to watch them with you guys. And today's an exciting day. On this spooky Sunday. Not only is this our first, truly just chatting, not just like a precursor, just chatting to a game. This is our first just chatting stream, as well as our first multi-platform stream. Yay! So this will be the first stream that I am hosting both on Twitch and on X. So that's pretty exciting. I don't believe I have the chat enabled on X, so if you are an X viewer, you gotta hop on over to Twitch to chat for now, but we are testing the waters here on multi-platforms, so that is super fun. Super fun. Also, want to shout out and thank the hive, the YouTube hive. We had our first video hit 1K views yesterday. Yay! Big things are happening at the hive, guys. Big things. We can watch wherever we want. Exactly. Wherever we want. YouTube streaming is coming soon as well. So yeah, we have lots of things in development at the hive right now, as well as there should be some new additions to just the stream as well. I've added some alerts that match. I'll go alongside with all of our little bees buzzing in. So yeah, if you see any new additions, feel free to draw some attention, celebrate all the good hive energy we got today. 1K views. Yes, I was very excited about that. So we've got lots of things buzzing. And the bee modes. I'm so happy, guys. All right, so with that, it's time. I've been waiting over 12 hours. Wow, such a long time, right? It's been over 12 hours since I finished my Stranger Things watch. Yeah, we are buzzing right along. So I finished my Stranger Things watch, and the first thing that I would like to see here is from Penguins Zero, my good man Charles White. He's got a video that came out 3 days ago. Is Stranger Things finale good? I have my own thoughts on this, but I like to converse. I find that a lot of times when I'm watching his content, I'm like chatting at him anyways, or I'll like pause if I'm with people to respond. So let's go ahead and before we watch the videos, I will preface my opinion by saying I thought the finale was okay. It was fine. I'll literally one of the stupidest quotes that I can recall from Stranger Things season 5 is, "Oh, you know, how are you doing? How are you feeling?" And the guy responded, "I'm goddamn swell." Like that's it. Like goddamn swell. Perfect. That's my response for how I feel about the finale. It was goddamn swell. And that's sarcastic a bit. It's just okay. It's the length of a full movie. It is so long. So that was one of my things right away. I went to go turn this on and I said, all right, I'm locked in. And I watched episodes 4 through 8 yesterday. So I was like, all right, I'm locking in for the final episode. And I turned it on and I was like, what the fuck? It's 2 hours. 2 hours. It was crazy. All right. So let's see what Charles has to say. I'm just going to, rather than like dive into all of my things, I would rather, I think, talk about the things as they come up. Because I don't have like a good cohesive, like, like this is how I feel. And let me lay out my whole narrative for how I feel about Stranger Things. I didn't like write an essay to prepare for this. I just want to chat with y'all. All right. So let us dive in here. We're going to watch, is Stranger Things finale good? All right. And let me know how the volume is once we get going, chat, for the browser here. Let's go. Charles.
The Stranger Things series finale just aired 10 years.
How is it?
5 seasons.
10 years, 5 seasons.
I didn't make a review after Volume 2 dropped. I made one after Volume 1.
Turn it up, yeah.
People didn't quite like, perhaps a little too spicy. I thought it was a pretty underwhelming
How's
start.
that?
Volume
How's
2
that?
rolls around and people are singing a little bit
And I can
of a
always
different
restart it
tune
too if we
there.
need
I thought
to.
it was even weaker than Volume 1.
More.
Since the finale aired, I'm going to give you
How
my
is the volume on
all-encompassing
this side?
review of the Stranger Things
Okay.
Season 5. So with Volume 2, I thought it introduced even more ass pulls. So now all of a sudden,
all right.
Mama Wheeler is a superhero.
We're
she
up.
like instantly overcomes her injuries, and as they're being chased by the Demogorgon dogs, the Demo dogs.
Awesome.
Robin,
okay,
Lucas,
I'm going to go ahead and restart
Max
it because I have no idea what he said for the last 45 seconds.
The Stranger Things series finale just aired 10 years, 5 seasons.
10 years.
The journey is now concluded. I didn't make a review after Volume 2 dropped. I made one after Volume 1. I had a hot take people didn't quite like, perhaps a little too spicy. I thought it was a pretty underwhelming start.
So I didn't watch his Volume 1. I should preface it with that. I did not watch his Volume 1 take. I saved myself, I think, any of the spoilers. Or maybe I did. Maybe I did watch his Volume 1 take, and I can't even remember because it was so long ago. What I do know is I haven't watched his recent ones. So I don't know what he's referencing.
Volume 2 rolls around, and people are singing a little bit of a different tune there. I thought it was even weaker than Volume 1. Since the finale aired, I'm going to give you my all-encompassing review of the Stranger Things.
See, but I didn't want to go back and, like, rewatch all of his stuff because this video in itself is 24 minutes long. And then he's got another one that I was kind of interested in, too, where he's talking about the writers. And that one's, like, 16 minutes. And I'm like, I don't think I need a whole hour of Charlie talking about Stranger Things. All right.
Season 5. So with Volume 2, I thought it introduced even more ass pulls. So now all of a sudden, Mama Wheeler is a superhero. She like instantly overcomes her injuries, and as they're being chased by the Demogorgon dogs, the Demo dogs, Robin, Lucas, and Max are in a laundry room in the hospital after the Demo dogs have annihilated some soldiers. And
it was hard to watch because
he is still playing Kate Bush.
Was
to try and help
literally
Max
like
back to
dead.
the corporeal realm. And as they're taking cover by a washing machine, the Demo dogs are scouring the area. It's 3 of them. and they're looking around as slow as possible.
Literally.
They're moving slower than I would if you fed me fucking 15 shots of absinthe. Like, it is unbelievable how slow they're moving. Robin even makes a mention to Lucas, like, hey, turn off that fucking Kate Bush. We gotta pipe down here real quick.
Before he even gets into it, yeah, like, I can, like, this scene was insane. This scene was insane. It was really hard to watch because, yeah, they actually made a whole comment. They're like, oh my god, we have to turn off this music. And then instead of turning off the music, they just like cut it out. Like, the audio just like stopped playing the music, even though the characters are still hearing the music. And it was so stupid. It was so stupid. I'm like, why? And also, to preface, he's not talking about the finale right now. He's talking about part 2. This is not part of the finale. He's kind of gone back. So maybe that's why this video is so long. But that scene, yeah, it was hard to watch. And then, yeah, Mrs. Wheeler is literally like dead in her hospital room almost. And she's just, oh, let me come. Let me just waddle on down, and like I just so happen to sneak on by. The demodogs, you know, they can smell and hear everything, but they didn't hear her walk into the room. And yeah, inconsistent for sure.
Or we're gonna die. And he's like, nope. So he doesn't. The Kate Bush is still playing. Mm-hmm. Somehow this doesn't alert the dogs in any way, shape, or form to their location. Maybe they're huge Kate Bush fans and didn't
the
want to
writers
interrupt the
were
track.
B-brains this
or maybe
season.
they're completely deaf.
Mm-hmm.
But as the dogs get closer, that's when Mama Wheeler pops in.
Yeah.
Because she had actually booby-trapped one of the washing machines. She put an explosive in there. And as the washing machine starts, all 3 dogs all of a sudden get alerted to it. I'm guessing by sound, so they're not fully deaf.
Here comes Mama for real. She's like, I'm going to save the day.
The washing machine complete its cycle with the explosive in there, blows up.
Long story short, it feels like this season they pulled Will in as like he's a big, you know, he's got powers now, but it was so obviously like, women are powerful. Women are powerful. Like, that was like the overall message. Freaking Mrs. Wheeler turns into a badass. At one point, we're like only focused on the female characters. Like, at one point in the finale, it's Max, 11, and her sister all in the mental realm trying to take down Vecna. And we've got Holly, the little girl, who's trying to save all of the children. And freaking Joyce gets like the last say with Vecna. Like, it is all about the girls. Women are powerful, and the propaganda is prevalent. Very prevalent. Yeah. Buzz, bitches. Women are here, and it's fine. But yes, this show, I hadn't really thought about that when it was like just 11. When it was like, okay, 11 is a baddie. Great. We got 11 and she's got all her friends. But now it is all the women are baddies. The Force is female. Yes, exactly. All right, let's keep going.
Kills all 3. Mama Wheeler saves the day. And literally, like 2 episodes ago, we just saw that she can't really move and she literally can't speak. But in this episode, not only can she move and speak, but she is like the fucking Terminator.
She speaks
and even has
so
a full
fluently.
conversation
Like,
about how she needs to get her daughter back.
She literally had her throat ripped out. And she's just like, yep, it's fine. I can talk now. No issues. And they're like, don't talk, Mom. And she's like, it's fine. And then another thing that I found unrealistic in the finale, too, she's like, wearing open cut shirts. It's like 18 months after the incidents or whatever, and she's literally wearing like shirts that show her neck and her chest where she had these cuts. And I don't think a woman in the 80s would be doing that. I think that she probably would have covered it up because she'd be shameful. Women don't like scars a lot of the times. They're very like, especially as deep as these wounds were, like it's not just that she was showing skin, it's that she was showing these ugly scars. And I hear so much about women that are like trying to like cover their scars and make sure that they're not showing. And I was like, I just don't think that this woman would so confidently be like, I'm here, look at my cuts. Like, she probably would be wearing goddamn turtlenecks.
So I guess she has Wolverine's healing factor now.
Unrealistic.
But that's just indicative of my main complaint of this season.
Not buying it.
Everything
it's too happy,
just happens.
Not realistic.
With no real explanation for how that's even possible for it to be happening.
The plot armor is
Everything
insane.
Everything is just so fucking convenient. And there is such...
She's going to be insecure. Exactly. Even though she's like empowered and she's tough now.
Because everyone is basically...
I don't go...
We're going to be getting into spoilers here for the finale.
Especially because Mrs. Wheeler was literally a mom who was so angry and angsty with her life that she's like getting drunk, drinking wine. She's a wine mom. At one point, Robin refers to her, I think her name literally is Karen. It's Karen Wheeler. And Karen and her wine. Like, she is a fucking wine mom. And now she's just like a tough, empowered bitch who doesn't care about having these horrific mutilated scars on her body. Like, I don't buy it. I don't fucking buy it.
Now, so big spoiler warning. I thought for sure in the finale this is where it was going to get dark, like they had hinted at so many times about there's going to be like dark
Karen
Christmas for Stranger Things, that kind of thing.
Karen's in their wine.
In the finale, nobody dies except for one character they brought back, which was Elle's sister, who we hadn't seen since season 2 in the most hated episode in the entire fucking history of the series, basically. Well, second only to the conclusion of Volume 2, I suppose.
That's what I was just about to say.
So a character we don't know, can't really care about, who had very little screen time in the season, is the one they decided to kill as the emotional moment. But there was just a complete...
I have to pause here because I had the thought last night too that I was like, all right, yes, they kill Elle's sister, and really they only kill characters that they bring on. Stranger Things doesn't kill its main characters. The plot armor for the main characters is fucking nuts. It's nuts. Nobody dies. Nobody fucking dies unless they are introduced. Like, we lost Bob in season 1, a non-main character. We lost Max's hot brother, who they literally brought on that same season. We've lost, Eleven's sister. We lose, like, side characters maybe that don't, like, we lost Eddie, Eddie wasn't there at the start. There was no fucking Eddie in season 1. I don't think he was there. The plot armor for the main characters is thick. Basically, if you are a new character, your life is at risk. But not very at risk, because not a lot of people die in this show. Not a lot of people die. Even though it's, oh my god, the world is ending and everything is crazy. More people would die. Oh, that reminds me. Fucking he's not at the finale yet, but like the big battle at the end, my god, they're like, oh, is everybody alive? And they're like, oh yeah, we took a little beating though. And I'm like, cool, everybody lives. Whatever, fine. They just go up against this giant monster, but everybody's fine. It's just a bunch of kids with like literal spears. It's fine. Duh.
Reluctance here from the writers to actually kill off characters that would have made sense to kill off in that moment for like a whole completed character arc, and to remind the audience that this is an intense situation. This is, life or death scenarios. It's not Weenie Hut Jr. Previous seasons,
we can't kill our favorites. Too much hurt. I don't care. That's how you have impactful moments.
Well. It was emotional, but in this season, they almost kind of make his death a joke. Like, it really feels worthless because the Upside Down is no longer a scary enemy in and of itself. The Upside Down is basically just going to the park, except it's dark and cloudy.
I kind of disagree with them there. Like, I mean, they're still like on the lookout for stuff, but it is weird because they have like literally all the soldiers that are living in there at that point. So it's very much not as scary as it used to be. It reminds me of like The Walking Dead, and how in the early seasons, like going outside is like, oh my god, if you go outside, you're gonna die. And then in the later seasons, they're like, we don't even care about the walkers. It's the people that are dangerous. And I think it's like the same thing. They kind of got used to the Upside Down, and so it's not as like traumatizing for them. But at the same time, I had another point that I was going to make and I completely lost it. B-brain. Let's go.
That's it. Those bats that annihilated Eddie, that he sacrificed himself trying to save
Where
everyone.
Are those?
Bats, they're not even here. They don't exist anymore. I guess the bats were so impressed with his courage that they all killed themselves. I mean, you could make a leap saying like the military.
I don't remember the
bats
bats in any other seasons though either. So like again, they just
or you could talk about like Vecna's pseudo defeat, maybe having all the bats
power
go
creep
extinct,
over season. It happens everywhere,
still,
no matter what show you watch.
To no longer have like actual
name one that doesn't.
terror in the Upside Down takes so much wind out of its sails, you can literally just fucking spring break there, and they spend most of the season doing that in the Upside Down. You can spring
break there. See, but it's confusing because at the start, I mean, they do make it sound like it's like with the first crawl of the season, they're like, yeah, we're like going in, we go right back out. Like, they don't spend a lot of time there, but yeah, as the season goes on, they spend so much time there that, yeah, it is very much like, doesn't really matter. Death Note. You're right. So, okay, Death Note doesn't have multiple seasons, though. So I wouldn't say there's power creep in Death Note, but there's also not multiple seasons. And I think the power creep happens a lot of times over, like, seasons or story arcs. Yeah, it does. It's one story. Okay, it's one story. It's one story. Maybe there's 2, like, arcs, but it's one completed story. I didn't watch it as it was coming out either. I've watched it on Netflix for the last decade, and whatever. I don't think there's power creep in it, though. Not really. It's like the opposite. L dies, and Light never gets more powerful. Anyways, back to Stranger Things.
How afraid they were to kill off characters.
Yeah, only one season. Really, that's right, chat. This B knows what Death Note. That was like my OG. Die.
There was only like 1 or 2 moments where I thought, oh, this character's going to die here, and then they didn't. And I don't want this to get twisted because
I never thought anyone was going to die
dying left and right in order to make it a compelling emotional story. But Stranger Things, across 4 seasons, did use that as a very effective tool in this universe. Yeah. So to have it all of a sudden no longer be present in any way, shape, or form, it feels underwhelming, especially for what's supposed to be the gloves coming off final season finale that we've been building to for a fucking decade.
Yeah,
and it just felt so easy for them to do exactly what they wanted, everything falling exactly how they needed it to, according to plan. And if things were a little...
Oh my god, one of my favorite, like, plot armor, like, everything happens according to plan moments, the ooze dripping of, oh my god, of fucking Jonathan and Nancy in the room with all the walls oozing, and then as soon as it hits table height, it stops. They're fine. And then, oh, Steve? What's that banging through the wall? It's Steve to save them? Who would have thought? Except, how the fuck did Steve get up there? They literally show us a whole goddamn scene of Dustin crying because he doesn't want Steve to die, using this ladder to climb upstairs to go rescue them. And then guess what? He climbs up somehow to rescue them. How? How, guys? How? How did they get up there? No one tells us.
Little cattywampus out of whack. It was like that.
Like that. Mm-hmm.
It just felt so simple for them.
They kill everything. Everything happens so fast.
Now, of course, everyone was talking about and making fun of Volume 2's final episode with Will, taking control of Vecna and turning his head, saying, run,
hello,
that kind of thing. And
welcome
also
in.
The Will coming out scene. A lot of people were clowning on that for being like, not
are we
very
watching
great,
human videos?
To how they
we are watching videos talking about Stranger Things. So yes,
where they turned it into like
this bee queen is watching some humans react to Stranger Things content.
It does just feel like season 5 felt very rushed in its writing, where they just they knew what points they wanted to hit, and they kind of just threw caution to the wind to getting to those points in the plot, like the Mind Flayer being brought back into the fold. I actually like that explanation for how the Mind Flayer played into Vecna and how they were basically, in this symbiotic relationship with one another.
So I think, like, yes, the points feel kind of rushed, but also kind of like, I don't know if I'd call it rushed. It's like, okay, they had points that they were trying to get to, but it only feels rushed because they wasted so much time with stupid bullshit that we didn't need, like character chats. And I literally watched an interview with the Duffer Brothers where they're like, all right, guys, this whole season, no filler. It's all pedal to the metal, action-packed, nonstop from the get-go. And then Will's coming out scene was at least 6 minutes of that hour-long episode. 10% of episode 7 dedicated just to Will crying because he's telling everyone he's gay in the most, like, unrealistic coming out scene ever. And I'm just... every episode's like that. Every episode has multiple moments like that just drag on and on. So it's not that they, like, didn't, like, oh, they didn't plan it out well. They didn't actually like write out the episodes well. They had the points and they could have focused on the action, and instead they focused on the shit that was just easier to film. Filler dialogue, exactly.
Mind Flayer maybe controlling Vecna, but actually not really. Vecna, Henry, he agreed with everything he was shown there. And
yeah,
they
that
are
part was
one entity.
Kind of weird.
Very cool, considering we were all led to believe that it was Henry controlling the Mind Flayer. I thought that was cool. We get a little bit of Henry's backstory, which was all right. I didn't love his backstory all that much, but it was decent. What I did really like was the explanation for what the Upside Down is.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought that was great. I thought that was a very cool explanation, and it did add a lot to the finale, where it's like his plan is to merge the Abyss, which is...
Yeah, but I disagree that it's cool that like that Henry was like controlling the Mind Flayer. I don't really agree with that either. It seems, it's like, oh, they're partners, and to me it felt stupid. I didn't like it, because the Mind Flayer is like this goddamn ancient alien from another... Oh, hello, thank you so much for the follow, appreciate it. Buzz, welcome to the hive. But yeah, I didn't appreciate the Mind Flayer. Yeah, because the Mind Flayer is this huge alien. It's this huge alien that, has been working behind the scenes, controlling these children, doing all of this shit. And then you want me to believe that even though he was basically infested as a child with this alien entity that he finds in this briefcase, he's like, they're buddies, and he has equal responsibility and equal control over it. Like, it felt really stupid to me that they killed Vecna, and then that killed the Mind Flayer too. That's cool you're reacting to the video. It's really cool. Thank you. Yeah, I do this at home by myself, and so I'm like, why not actually like talk to people instead of just like sitting there and pausing it every 2 seconds that I'm watching it just to like get my thoughts out. Was the last season as bad as they say? It was pretty bad. It's not as bad as they say. I heard someone compare it to like season 8 Game of Thrones, and I don't agree with that. I thought it at least wrapped things up in a way that kind of made sense, but it was not at all what they promised, and it was very filler bullshitty. She felt so hard. Yeah, exactly.
Is where, Henry was blasted, banished to the fucking Shadow Realm in the back rooms, sent him there, and then that wormhole ties into L's origins.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
And now that connects Abyss and Hawkins, and the plan is to bring the Abyss and merge
the connection and the wormhole thing and all of that made me want to rewatch, so I could like see the pieces coming together.
I really liked that. Like, I don't think it was all bad or anything like that. There are some things I liked. I thought there were even some great moments in this season. But on the whole, it just feels like a lot of it was super rushed, and overall...
like one of my favorite scenes, was at one point they had, and this is like basically the same goddamn scene that they had in season 4 probably, where they have Max this time. It's Max and Holly, and they're both running in that weird red space and where they're trying to get back to the normal world, to their bodies, and they're running, and it's in Vecna's mind or whatever, and they're trying to escape, and they're playing Running Up That Hill, which I know they overplayed so much. Thank you so much for the gift subscription, appreciate it. But yeah, they're running, they are running to... Yay! Oh, thank you for the cheer. They're running, and it's like so dramatic, and I think it might just be that I like the Kate Bush song, and even though they play it over and over again, my little autistic brain likes to listen to things over and over again, and so I'm like, they're running, and it's so dramatic, and I'm watching the two girls split off, and I'm just like, oh, my heart is crescendoing. Like, I thought that was a really sweet moment, and her pep talk to Holly before that, like, they have some good moments, but yeah, there's bad moments as well. B-drill string shot, yeah. I do. It does. It makes me laugh too. That meme forever. Okay, back.
I find to be the weakest season in the franchise, and being the series finale, the final season,
the weakest season of the franchise.
That just leaves me feeling a little
I need to rewatch.
underwhelmed. All I'm saying, just a little disappointing, because like some characters that we had watched for 4 seasons prior, barely had anything to do in this season. For example, Joyce and Jonathan, it feels like they're not even related anymore. I don't think there is a single moment in this season where Joyce and Jonathan even spoke to each other in anything that resembles,
that feels
like,
really true.
Love or family.
Jonathan's a grown man now. Come on, Charlie. He doesn't need to talk to his mommy.
Fucking strangers to one another. They just brought in so many characters into the fold
my shot.
that some of them that we had followed for a decade just didn't have a whole lot to do and just didn't do fucking anything really. And one of the main characters in season 5, Holly, is a character that has
for the
nothing
point
to do
reward,
for the
we've got
previous
to add
4 seasons,
our,
but now has more screen time than I think any other individual character from the main cast. So that's just kind of like a weird decision to make.
I'll work on that while we're watching.
Yet another character in an already jam-packed series of characters that now we're spending most of the time with and kind of sidelining the others, putting them on the bench. Just, it felt like an odd direction to take it. I don't think Holly was like a bad character, and the arc she goes on with being kidnapped by Henry and everything, I thought was a pretty compelling piece to this season. But I also don't think it necessitated that much screen time and that much focus, which was taken away from the rest of the crew. Who then, when we see them, they basically solved all the problems and are in position now to execute their plan. And you're left wondering, well,
that was huge. I know.
Did we even get to this point? You know what I mean? Those are kind of like my broad strokes.
Just so you could get a real good
but I want
peek
to
at
talk
him.
specifically now about the finale because I like the finale much more than most of the episodes of this season.
Let's have him fly
above. I just
above.
have to say it's perfect, and I want to get the complaints on the finale out of the way right now. The biggest complaint I have is just how easy it was to defeat Vecna and the Mind Flayer.
He'd join us.
They look like actual chumps. You build this up. These 2 big bad entities for so long, and we've seen them be somewhat defeated in the past, but now we see them in like prime shape. This is them at their most powerful, and they are easily disposed of, especially the Mind Flayer.
Thank you.
Very cool looking enemy.
We have to give him a name too. I haven't named him yet. He's my little Meowbee, but the name hasn't come.
The Mind Flayer is defeated.
We need him. We need him to fit in.
Deciding we need one person to date, which is Nancy, who has become basically like a G.I. Joe super soldier. She's killed like a bunch of people now. She's an elite marksman, killing everyone. So she's going to be the bait to shoot the Mind Flayer and have it chase her to a cliffside where the rest of the team is going to ambush it. And they come up with this plan while they are being cornered and chased by the Mind Flayer, meaning that they only have like maybe a minute
I have to add another one to the stream.
More than likely like 45 seconds to somehow have Nancy be bait for the Mind Flayer without getting caught, this giant creature. And the rest of the crew is going to scale an entire mountainside, get to the top in like a minute, and then start like peppering it from up there. Break. And then they do it. Instantly they do it. Nancy outruns it, gets to the entrance to the cliffside. Everyone's already on top. I guess they fucking teleported it up there, or maybe they had really great climbing gear or free
it's true. They got up there so fast.
But they're all up at the very tippy top, throwing Molotov cocktails and flamethrowers at the Mind Flayer. Mind Flayer just eats it, just fucking tanking it like, ow. It doesn't like fight back. It doesn't have any special moves or anything that it uses. Dustin and Steve go under and start fucking jabbing it with their spears.
I love this bee cat thingy. Thank you. Thank you.
The Mind Flayer.
He's so cute.
While inside 11 I love his little dopey face. Battle with Henry, Vecna, and it's very easy for her to
give 2.
Beat him. Because, of course, there is a hive mind, so as they're
hurting the Mind Flayer, Henry's just cover the screen in Meowbees.
I don't know, it just felt like extremely easy. Like, very easy.
It did feel really easy. It was so easy.
Like, he fights back a little bit.
There we go. Another one.
Onto a spike with the help of Will, who's like, impeding his ability to fight back super well. But I don't know, man. You build up for all this, and then it's that easy to defeat them. It just, I don't know, it just, like I said, feels just a little underwhelming is all.
It did feel very underwhelming.
Other big complaint is the military here. They're just like the evil presence that wants to just make more psychic soldiers, guys. So they want to kidnap Elle, and that's all they really care about. So after they save the day, prevent the abyss from crashing through.
I don't even know what Charlie's talking about anymore.
The military was aware of their plan because they were able to, intercept the others, put it all together. They ambushed them.
We'll have them all across the top.
Big burp.
Ooh,
big
Charles.
Burp. Huge belch. And while ambushing them, that's where Elle makes like the heroic sacrifice.
Perfect.
And then fast forward 18 months. The military's completely left Hawkins, and all of the characters are back to life as
Thank
normal.
you for the channel. The point redeemed.
Excuse me?
Get those pollen
Nancy
punches
herself mowed down like 6 soldiers.
Those
we
little
saw
beef
like,
is flying.
from the top of a truck. She just killed
It's just
like
a
6 dudes.
play-by-play.
Hopper killed probably like fucking 40 of them.
Bee-strapped.
Like a lot of soldiers died as a result
perfect.
of
cute.
our team here that we follow.
I love it.
And I mean like directly killed by them, shot, murdered. Like not an accident where like a piece of debris fell on them. I mean like deliberately they were killed by them, and yet the military just lets them go. I was shocked to see that. I thought there'd be like an explanation where like in order to prevent the secrets from getting out, they felt obligated to let them go, sworn to secrecy or something. No, nothing like that. Even after losing so many soldiers, even after a multi-billion-dollar plan here with the psychic program and all of this military personnel that is now dead, all of the destroyed equipment, everything ruined.
Oh, another point reward. We've got our posture check.
I was so confused. But again, that's what I'm saying. It just feels like a lot of it's just for the sake of convenience with no real explanation. It just feels rushed. Like, that's crazy to me.
Yes.
That after all of that, they just immediately, like, release them. There's not even a mention of them, like, spending time in jail or something and reaching some kind of deal. They're just instantly free to go. Like, after Elle sacrificed herself, I guess Dr. K was like,
gotta keep that spine upright.
And then just said, all right, hey, scram. We're going to go ahead and leave now. Nothing more to be done here.
We've got our army
Unless I missed something, but I don't think I did. And even if I did, I really can't think of any explanation where they'd be like, all those soldiers you killed and everything that you've done here that was highly illegal, that led to so much death and so much destruction.
Honey dipping jitsu.
We're okay with that? We're just gonna leave and
honey dripping jitsu, I like.
That was weird. That was just
buzz.
Weird. And I don't want to harp too much on the negatives because, like I said, there were a lot of things I liked about
technique.
But man, come on, for the final fight, it is over in less than 10 minutes and not a single Demogorgon.
I love it.
Like, you're fighting on their home turf.
Honey,
not a single bat, not a single Demogorgon. It's just Vecna, just Mind Flare, and they just get fucking
so we can all fly
slammed.
off to the land of milk and honey,
steamed
busy bees.
Instantly by the team here.
Buzz.
Like, come on. It just felt like such a weak final fight. Like, it wasn't climactic. Like, the actual death of Vecna, I thought they did great. Like, after he's defeated, everything that happened after he died,
honey dripping with those bee butts
basically
shaking.
Everything.
Charlie isn't impressed. None of us are impressed.
Excluding the stuff with the military, I thought was handled well. Like, I love Joyce being the one to deliver the final blow to Vecna. I love seeing...
No. Joyce being the one to deliver the final blow to Vecna is stupid. I'm sorry. I thought it was stupid. Again, it goes back into the, oh, yes, it's just women are so strong. Like, why would she get the last blow? I don't understand it. Why? Because it abducted her son? I don't get it. She is not the one who's been affected here most by Vecna, and I thought it was kind of annoying. That I'm like, all right, what, just because it's fucking Winona Ryder, she gets to like chop this guy's head off? Like, I don't care. I forgot to listen to Charlie. Meows. Bee honey dripping. Literally, I was not listening to Charlie either. But basically, he likes that Joyce got to deliver the final blow for Vecna. And I don't. I thought the whole Vecna dying scene was so stupid. Because specifically, and I can't show clips, because Netflix is so stupid, but, I remember in the scene, so Elle fucking, like, shoves him back onto this, he impales him. Yes, she freaking impales him. Oh, hello, welcome in. We're just talking about Stranger Things, specifically Vecna's death scene here. But Elle impales him. And then he's silent. He's silent for at least 30 seconds to a minute of screen time, I would say. At a minimum, 30 seconds to a minute of screen time. She impales him, and it's like, cool, he looks dead. We get, like, character interactions, they're saving the kids or something, and then we come back, and he starts coughing for whatever reason. He's like the gurgle because he's coughing up blood, but he wasn't coughing up blood when he first got impaled. He was dead ass silent, like it had stabbed through his heart and he died. But he comes back a few minutes later, and then they're all just like staring at him, and it's so weird. And then Joyce slowly walks up and is like, all right, I'm gonna fucking cut his head off with an axe. And it's so stupid. It's so stupid. She was given mommy power, tried to do a Molly Weasley moment. Literally, that's literally what it was. Stay away from my daughter, you bitch. Like, and they did that for all of them. They did that for Mrs. Wheeler. They did that for, Joyce. Like, and it's just, I am a woman. I am, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Like, women are strong, whatever. We gotta get another honey choke sound. You mean this sound? The sound Vecna makes as he's freaking just laying there impaled. Like, what the fuck? He's dead ass silent. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the hive. I hated the Death Vec scene. Vecna death scene. I thought it was so bad. I thought it was so stupid. Not a fan. I don't like that Charlie thinks, oh, that was so good. It was not good. Oh, I saw another comparison. Yeah, the Arya Stark killed the King Knight. Yeah, it's all the same. It's all the same. Previously weak women are super strong with no training and no skill. Like, why? It's fine. Arya had training, but still. Joyce, no. Yeah. How are you? And oh, hi. Yes. Hello. Welcome in. But yes, I am, other than feeling this rage over, Stranger Things ending this way, I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad that it's over so I can rewatch it all now. Because the years between seasons has been so frustrating. All right. But let's see what Charlie still has to say too. The Force is female. Yes, again. Yes. They won't let us forget it. They'll never let us forget it.
Cast every traumatic experience they went through, having a flashback to it, having seen all of these horrible, irredeemable things.
I like having Vecna's backstory. I thought that was cool.
Before Joyce delivering the final blow, I thought they nailed.
No.
But not having like a real, like, intense final fight just weakens that experice. And to have the Abyss, this new area, this new planet.
He's like, oh, they don't have an intense final fight. They tried. Like, they're like, oh, here's the whole stupid, oh, here they are fighting. But it was bad. And it was so rushed. Like, it felt like the finale, yes, they made it 2 hours, but I could have taken like half the season of them just being in the Abyss. Like, that would have been fun. Oh, nice. Yeah, clipped for the honey. Nice. I appreciate it. Yeah, keep them clips coming, chat.
That we are told is the home turf where all the Demogorgon,
if you didn't clip it didn't happen.
Nasty,
no evidence.
Lives. This is their home turf.
This is their home turf.
Crazy, scary. Mm-hmm. But then you get there, all of our heroes
and
get there.
Nothing.
It is completely empty.
There's
barren
nothing
wasteland,
there.
More empty than a
For
fucking
real.
blockbuster. Not a single iota of life.
They tell us. They're like, this is where the Demogorgons come from. This is where all the evil things come from. And there's nothing there. It is bizarre.
To be found outside of them instantly going to
the owls are hypnotic and they're buzzing. Yes,
there's nothing
their
else
synchronicity
there that on their journey. It just feels super.
We've got a little more room. I feel like we could fit at least one more episode. Could fit at least one more
Vecna death.
Meowbee.
I really liked how they handled the characters and where they went from
Only
there.
the 80 kids can defeat the final boss. Not even the army. Exactly.
Like they killed
the
Vecna
army doesn't even know how to get there. The army is stupid.
Worth of epilogue,
this is all the army's fault.
But I think overall they did a good job handling the end of these characters in Hawkins and what that looks like.
So
seeing, Dustin being valedictorian and giving a really inspirational speech to everyone about
I did like Dustin's
the chaotic good, tying it into Dungeons and Dragons, which
valedictorian
part
speech.
Of the show's
I thought
DNA.
that was kind of cute.
They handled that great. I thought it was a really good speech. Dustin then moving on to become big bookworm, but still.
But yay! Thank you for the cheer. With that though, I will say I liked his speech, but I didn't like the traditional part of the speech. I just liked that, yeah, at the end he's like, haha, fuck conformity. Like, that was what I liked about the speech. Everything else, oh, chaotic good, chaotic evil, we're gonna talk about Dungeons and Dragons in his speech. I was like, this is so overplayed. If they, like, not everything with their characters has to be D&D related, but it feels like they are such, like, like, it is literally, especially because it was the finale, they're like, we have to tie it back into D&D because everything has to tie into D&D because that's who their characters are. And it's like, people who play D&D are not just, like, always D&D characters. Do the Duffer Brothers even play? Like, what is this? Oh, just for the Meow Bee cluster. Yeah, thank you, the cheer for the Meow Bee cluster. Y'all are the ones who put them there. There were zero Meowbies on the stream when we started.
Lucas and Max, them just,
and I didn't
falling
put any limits
over time, having their happily ever
because I didn't even think about think about him getting redeemed more than once.
Finding more friends, finding a partner, being accepted.
A silly bee brain.
Mike
finding a
wanting
partner,
to use his talent for storytelling in order to share, the heroic journey of his friends and his party and what that means in the context of, like, D&D storytelling.
All right.
Ending with him
we got it. There is
Holly
room.
And her friends now playing D&D in that
the
basement
line.
Because now he and his friends have grown up. Now it's the next generation.
I did think that was cute.
Like, I do think they did a good job with the epilogue. Steve, Robin, Jonathan, Nancy, where all they ended up at, 18 months after everything.
Oh, did we get two redeems?
Their own jobs, their own lives, but they want to make
did. Oh my goodness. Because maybe the Beows are too cheap.
They're never going to find friends like what they have. But
too cheap.
They also don't want to be in Hawkins anymore.
All right.
You have Joyce and Hopper.
I have to
looking to start fresh.
Move.
He gets a new job. Proposes. They're getting married. Like, it's all very touching.
Steve?
I think they did a good job with the emotional beats to wrap up the characters. Now it's time to yap about the big twist with Elle. So,
is that the
as the military's ambushing them, trying to take Elle after they've saved the world, so that way they can get their psychic program off the ground. Seems like, that's checkmate. And then Elle somehow was able to escape their clutches, and she sacrifices herself right in front of everyone.
All right. Seven.
That moment was then undercut with a big twist when Mike revealed that he actually had a theory.
Perfect.
That wasn't Elle. That was an illusion from Elle's sister. With Elle's sister's dying breath, she made the illusion of Elle getting swallowed by the wormhole's collapse. That way everyone, including her friends, including her father, Hopper, believed she was dead, so that way she could go live a peaceful life off the grid, away from any threats of the military. So Elle is
another
still
one.
Alive. That's his theory.
I did.
And it's an interesting idea.
These are definitely too
However,
cheap.
In Mike's own theory,
y'all are
maxed
out.
How was she able
Just kidding.
to, cast that final spell while being suppressed? Because when they're being captured by the military, they had the psychic suppression system activated, meaning she can't use her powers. The entire season has showed
can't use her powers. Oh yeah, they're talking about the
and even in like the
Elle's
big
part.
reveal moment, she is struggling to escape, not using her powers or anything at all as she leaves. However, there's a huge fucking plot hole here where Elle was somehow able to drag Mike into
No rules.
to have their final goodbye and their final kiss.
Mega
How was Elle able to do that while being suppressed by this military equipment?
Just
like, I guess you could say
they'll start stacking and it'll form the big
that it stopped being effective on her.
Mega
but I don't think she had enough time to do that. So there's like a glaring plot hole that they even point out, like, how did you cast a spell while being suppressed? That doesn't make sense.
That's the twist.
And then, when giving the explanation for how that was possible, they still had her use her powers through the suppression with Mike being pulled into Elle's mind with her. That's still her using her ability, right?
No, so it was, but I think the point that they tried to make was she crawled away. Like, she had crawled away, and so because she crawled away, she was far enough away to where she could project herself, or in his mind or whatever, he could pull him into her mind, and yeah, like, that made sense to me enough.
Through the suppression system. So, like, there's still question marks for how that would be possible.
Position them into a pattern.
Like, Mike's theory,
big
it does sound plausible, if you
what kind of pattern are you thinking?
Suppression system being active at the time. Like,
she
I'm
had
sure
willpower to escape.
Hop would have told them about Callie's death.
She did.
So this
She did.
would be
She like
something that
hobbled her way, like army crawled down.
Together. The
maybe,
twist as an idea, I think, is cool, and it does make sense with Hopper's speech being so emotional. And having Callie hear that, her wanting to maybe do something to save Elle's life so that way she can go live the life that she's always wanted and always deserved, being able to live peaceful,
Honeycombs,
happy, that kind of thing. But I don't think they were able to really pull it off in a way that makes sense, because you just have to, like, forget how things have already been established in order for this
kind
to work.
of.
Also,
I don't agree. I don't agree, Charles.
Like way before Elle was taken away, and that's where Callie was in Mike's theory, projecting this illusion of Elle.
Oh, it was
when
the lab blow?
That should have also fucking evaporated the illusion.
That's just
too, because Callie would have died there way before Elle did. Yet the illusion was still there.
Actually, that is true.
So like there's just multiple things about it.
That is a good
theory that don't really work when you stop to think about it. Now there is an explanation.
Explosion
I've seen
started at the
say
lab,
that
so
I think
and it
kind of makes
spread,
sense here,
so
that
it would have
it's a coping mechanism.
It would have gone
for Mike.
away.
This is how he's going to accept what happened and move on by making up this happily ever after for Elle, even though it's not the reality of it. I think that makes a little more sense.
And I would agree too. And I don't like that this is like being included as like part of the like, oh, is it good or is it bad? Because what they showed us was not, oh, this is what happened. It was, literally Mike saying, I think this is maybe what happened. And they didn't say it is. I mean, they showed, a shot of 11 walking by a waterfall or whatever stupid, but like that they weren't. I don't know. I do believe it is a cop-out. I would like to believe that 11 died. I think it does. It makes more sense, and I would choose to believe that because it's annoying that nobody died, and this queen demands death. Off with their heads. Off with their heads. Okay. Oh, we got another meow. Meow. Behave. I'm buzzing. Yes. No. Don't. No limits on the bee puns. We love the bee puns. All right, Charlie. We're almost done. And we'll get that meow. Ninth one
is just a story that he's telling that brings him
10th one.
And the rest of the party comfort, believing Elle
Jesus Christ,
is out
guys.
there, having her happily ever after as well.
All right. Two more meows on deck.
She did sacrifice herself there in that moment. I think that makes more sense, that this is just his story. This is what he chooses to believe.
I agree.
As opposed to being what actually happened. Just my overall impressions of the season are that it felt rushed, and a lot of things about it I just don't think worked. And kind of betrayed what they had set up for 4 seasons worth of build-up and emotional stakes. And, weight.
Oh boy.
And
this is
their reluctance to like kill any characters, I do think was to the detriment of the season.
I agree.
I really just don't understand why they kept like pretending that this was going to be like the darkest season ever.
They did, and they lied.
Sad Christmas with Volume 2 coming around and all that. Like I don't get that. Maybe just the big bait and switch or something, because it really is like the truest
fucking Duffer Brothers are trying to clickbait us.
To a degree where in some cases
pattern.
It literally just doesn't even make sense how they were able to pull it out of their ass that the characters survive.
Wherever I feel the meows
I won't yab about it too
much.
It's only like fucking 20 minutes. It wasn't a bad finale by any means. Like I do think there were quite a few things to like about it.
They lied for real, and they lied for a reason. They're trying to get us.
I think
they're trying to sell us what they
wrap
think
this up, and so they kind of speed ran a lot.
But they don't know
of
what that
things
is
with it, which just is a little disappointing.
All right, Charles.
Anyway, though, that's really about.
So that was Charles's video. And yeah, I agree. I hope that these don't all just chat about the same things. Otherwise, I will be moving around. But they lied to us. I agree that it wasn't the worst finale. I don't agree that it was like season 8 of Game of Thrones, because season 8 of Game of Thrones to me was like, there was a clear trajectory for where Game of Thrones was going, and they just like spit on it. They're like, fuck you. They just didn't care. Versus this season was at least like, hey guys, remember all that stuff we've been like building up over the seasons? We're gonna try to squeeze it all in, but we're gonna try to do it really fast. More like the last season of Steven Universe, more so than the end of Game of Thrones. Yeah, I think that's more comparable. The last season of like Steven Universe was similar, where it's like, I felt like they had some ideas for things that like maybe Rebecca Sugar had been working on for a long time, and then they're like, oh, you might have needed like 50 episodes for this, like you did in season 1, but we're only gonna give you 24. So fucking deal with it and then move on. Yeah. No thanks. It's real. Magic is real. Not as bad as Game of Thrones. Yeah. They're liars. But yes, so we're moving on to here, yes, real life fake wizards. Stranger Things has 99 problems. I'm excited for this one because this looks exciting. This one looks exciting. Give them time to work. Exactly. It sucks when last seasons end up like that. It's just very devastating. And Game of Thrones has like no excuse because those seasons are all pretty much the same length. But yeah, Cartoon Network, Steven Universe, that's the one that like really grinds my gears. All right, let's dive into this one. This one's also 25 minutes. We'll see how it goes. See how many we've got 10 meowbies on stream now.
Hello, I'm the real life fake wizard. Stranger Things is like a sandwich. You start with 2 slices of bland, whole grain bread. You open it up expecting something inside.
Water.
Turkey or ham or maybe
how's
even
the volume
a
on
sad
this one?
slice
Let me know
of
if there
Swiss
needs
cheese,
any
but
adjustment on this, guys.
there's nothing in there.
There's nothing in there.
I guess Will took all the meat. So let me get this straight. The Duffer
Oh,
Brothers
was that
had
a
9
gay
years,
joke?
hundreds of millions of dollars. They had the entire entertainment industry behind them, and
Like a
this
sandwich.
is what they
Will
delivered.
took all the meat.
The final
For
battle
real?
against a Lovecraftian cosmic godlike entity is resolved in under 12 minutes via a video game QuickTime event. This show is
I liked that. The entire battle is solved in 12 minutes against I like that. It was Lovecraftian. It was huge. It was so insane looking. It was crazy. They're like, oh my god, here is the Mind Flayer. And I had thought of the Mind Flayer for so long, not like something separate from Vecna, but like something that was like part of him. And so to learn that it was this huge creature that like actually had like overtaken even Henry was crazy. And then they're partners actually, and when you kill Vecna you kill it. It was stupid 12 minutes, like a quick time event. Literally, they're like, okay, just okay guys, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna bait it, and then we're gonna set it on fire, and then you guys are gonna stab its belly, and then they're gonna kill the one guy who's running the heart, and it's over. And I'm like, how does that make any sense? They show Vecna dying, and they show this like kind of organ-esque brain heart thing above him, and when he dies it just kind of like shrivels up, and I don't get it. It's stupid.
littered with so many glaring plot holes, questions, and mistakes that it makes Game of Thrones' finale look decent.
No,
which
it doesn't.
I can't believe I'm saying. At least
It doesn't.
Brand
These
the
people
Broken was
they're
an
lying
answer.
to you.
A
If you
stupid
haven't seen
answer.
it yet,
A
they're
terrible
lying
answer.
to you. It's not
A
as
very
bad. It's not as
answer.
bad.
But it was an answer. Stranger Things has ended with more questions than answers.
I
And today,
disagree.
we're going to go through the, I can't believe it, 99
But maybe he'll point it
narrative
out.
failures this show leaves
Oh, he
behind.
actually has 99. The Pondering. Well, let's see. Let's see what he's got.
Indie game
He doesn't
shout-out
agree
is
with you.
Symphony of War.
Maybe
the
he'll
Nephilim
convince me.
Saga.
Maybe he'll convince
Enter
me
a
with his
land ravaged
99
by
problems.
war. You, a fresh Academy graduate with humble beginnings,
All right.
gather, make you
I don't-
discover. Still
We're-
early on. The
There we
show
go.
just ended a few days ago. Yes, the Duffer Brothers are likely to issue retractions or bogus updates answering some of these questions, but
Such as censoring and copyright striking, like literally any videos that show anything from the show. Like they're out to censor and just, Meow, meow. We got another one. 11 dripping meows, stinging as they meow. 11 dripping meows, stinging as they meow. If one dripping meow shrinks to Bumblebubz's mouth. Oh, He wouldn't line up though. He'd look silly. I'm on the wrong screen. All right, let's keep going, Wizard, and I'll get that BL up.
We're paying $17.99 a month to watch this show on Netflix.
$17.99
I want all the answers
so
inside the show that we're paying for.
We're
about to go through a list of plot holes, inconsistencies, and unanswered questions post the Stranger Things 5 finale. So, of course, spoilers ahead, although that should be obvious. Here's a list of unresolved issues associated with dimensional mechanics and the timeline. Number 1, the Upside Down is formed on November 6, 1983, despite Vecna's long history predating Will's disappearance. If the Upside Down is a wormhole between worlds, how was 11 able to shove Henry directly into Dimension X in Season 4? There was no wormhole until sometime later when 11 interacts with the first Demogorgon. Number 2, November 6's significance is hinted at throughout the final season.
All right.
Does it actually mean anything? Henry has it on his Boy Scout uniform, but it doesn't seem to mean anything despite characters continually bringing it up.
What doesn't mean anything?
Number 3, the mind anything. Number 6's significance is hinted at throughout the final season.
Number 6? I don't remember that.
Does it actually mean anything? Henry has it on his Boy Scout uniform, but it doesn't seem to mean anything.
So he's like really getting into it.
Continually bringing it up.
Because 11 is OP.
The Mind Flayer's form shifts from a dust cloud in Dimension X to a kaiju flesh suit without any mechanism or explanation.
Is this his transformative way of getting around the copyright?
March 22nd, 1971, the same day as Henry Creel's. The show acknowledges this and does absolutely nothing with it. Number 5. How did the heroes escape Dimension X? Did 11 need to jump the rocks again?
Oh, for real?
How did the kids get down? There is no scene here depicting escaping Dimension X.
Is he talking about
6,
the abyss?
At the end, we see the dust particles separate from the children and float upward. Does that mean the Mind Flayer is still alive despite its body being dead?
Oh, how interesting.
Is its body dead?
Interesting. That is an interesting point.
Escape gap I didn't think about that. Down after the Season 4 finale that's never shown despite the obvious dangers. It looks like a nuke went off in Hawkins, but it doesn't affect anyone or anything. Number 8, if Vecna is strong enough to use his powers from Dimension X to affect Earth, why did he need to be in the Upside Down Creel house in Season 4 to attack all of the kids? Number 9.
He's like going way too fast with these. I'm like, how am I to 99 problems? These are such small things, but if they are, he's my B brain is like fried. He's frying it.
11 recognizes Will before the events of Season 1, suggesting some kind of unseen connection.
What?
But that's never explored. Number 10. How did
I don't remember her recognizing him
inside the Upside Down after its formation without ever entering it? Number 11, follow-up to that, why isn't the air toxic in the Upside Down anymore? In Season 1, that seems to be a big deal with discussion of dangerous spores in the air.
And
but
also,
by the end of the series, everybody's just hiking through unprotected.
And
Number 12, blowing up the wormhole should have sucked in Central Hawkins through the open portal.
This is freaking subtitles, which of course
13, characters leisurely traverse Dimension X like it's a Sunday afternoon walk in the park, ignoring the established hostility. Why is it so safe on Dimension X? 14. Dimension X has a sun. The Mind Flayer is sleeping directly in the sunlight, but it's established through the entire series that these creatures do not like heat.
Oh, it's
Dimension
true.
X is depicted as a desert canyon. This doesn't make any sense.
That's so
15.
true. That is so true. It would be somewhere like...
Where is any other life form in Dimension X?
It would be somewhere icy. They even go over that in that season.
The homeworld of the Demogorgon creatures. Silly. Shockingly empty.
She was hungry,
16.
no judgment.
What happened to any other
I did. I am hungry, actually.
They seem to have just killed Eddie and
in my like
again.
prep
17.
on stream. I was like, all right, we gotta hurry up and eat something.
The Upside Down is strong enough to
I go live and then my belly starts rumbling. I'm like, oh shoot,
but that doesn't affect
so I got my
Steve standing next to it at all. Why is that?
Right here.
Plot armor is not a good answer. 18. How did the military acquire the mind flayer rock without creating a wormhole? No, Duffers, I don't want a spin-off about this. You should have explained it in the show. Also, no, I'm not paying $400 a seat to see your Broadway show about something as critical as this.
No.
You should have explained this matter right here in the show. 19. In season 4, the Demogorgon is stuck in
It's
Russia.
all about how do you keep things going.
Why couldn't it teleport away? Demogorgons teleport all the time. 20.
Do they?
Joyce and Hopper release some kind of
Do they
dark
teleport all the
particles in
time?
season
I don't
4
remember that.
while inside the Russian prison. What happens here? What did that mean? 21. In season 1, the latch on the buyer's door is opened by, and I swear this is what the Duffers said, Vecna, who telepathically unlatches the door from inside Dimension X. Okay, so Vecna is strong enough telepathically to unlock doors from across dimensions, but he's not strong enough to fight a bunch of teenagers with attitude on his own home turf.
Yeah.
22. The tentacles
The power
are meant to be part of the hive mind,
are
and they send signals back to Vecna.
Hard to.
How come Vecna wasn't alerted when Team Steve entered the house in season 4 specifically to kill him?
Oh my God, he's actually
23.
He's not just going into season 5.
He's
He's like
the flesh wall inside the upside down
he's going
until
back
season
to
5. You kind of can't miss it.
all of the seasons.
24.
Yeah, the
How did
flesh wall
Brenner's
thing was
neck chip
hard. The
sever
hard that
Henry's
was.
powers? And why didn't the military pursue that technology?
I will defend them in the they didn't notice the flesh wall because they hadn't explored the upside down enough. They hadn't reached the flesh wall yet. This is the first season where they're like all hanging out in there all the time. Teens with attitude for the win, literally. The fucking Scooby-Doo gang over here.
Season 5. That's 24 plot points so far, and we're just getting started.
That's so many.
One of the most incompetent villains I think I've ever seen. Vecna is a villain who has been built up for 5 seasons as an existential
Why is there Animal
threat,
Crossing music
a god-tier
playing?
psychic monster who can kill with his mind. And in the finale, he's reduced to a joke. None of his plans work. None of his plans are fully explained. And he loses every single fight he's in. In fact, he only wins in season 4 on a technicality.
No, he is playing Animal Crossing music. I was like, am I tripping out? Do I have my game open or something? Okay.
A victory he seemingly squanders instantly for no important reason. In the end, Joyce Byers walks up to his impaled body and proceeds to hack away at his neck until his head falls off, like she's carving a Thanksgiving
He's distracting me with Animal Crossing.
Joyce, we're fighting a psychic kaiju monster thing here. Take the sharpened axe. Here's a list of narrative failures with creature and villain logic.
I didn't even see what he was talking about with Joyce. I was so distracted.
Are very vague.
Creature origins are very vague.
Supposedly come from Dimension X, but they're absent in the
finale.
He
won't even call it the Abyss.
Vecna's army. Do they have a timeshare somewhere and we're on vacation for this big fight?
A timeshare.
Where were the other creatures? Oh, wait a second. The Duffers explain this. Apparently,
my bee
Vecna
brain
was so unprepared that he didn't summon
distract me from
demos.
lots of things, but I can
This is up there
always,
with Dumb and Dumber saying that Daenerys forgot about the Iron Fleet.
What can I catch?
The infecting stone that turned
the Animal Crossing references.
What actually is that?
Yes.
Because it's never explained. Number 3.
Gotta go be. Oh, thank you so much for stopping in.
Very
it's
selective.
been lovely having you hang out at the hive.
He feels no agony from Vecna or the
day.
Mind Flayer's death. Is this some kind of new unexplained power?
Come back
Number
and visit
4.
your queen.
Vecna is strong enough to fight the entire military in person at the end of Volume 1. But is
hopefully
the
more
weakest
streams.
of the entire series
soon.
in the series finale
on our
final
multi-platform streaming setup now. Hell
Number 5,
yeah!
What actually are all of the tendrils and tentacles inside the upside down? Where did they go in the final season?
Again.
If the government removed them, why didn't Vecna put down new ones? Number 6, why did Vecna allow the military to move into the upside down? Why did he give up all of that ground? If some demo dogs could take out tons of high-level military in season 2, why didn't he send some dogs in to dispatch the military? Number 7, in season 1,
I have to pee like all the time, so I should have seen that. I should have seen
the most tendrils and tentacles in the entire series. The moment the wormhole opens.
For real.
The wormhole opens the moment 11 creates it in the beginning of season 1. but it's already loaded with tentacles. Number 9, what triggers the mind flayer?
It's already
kaiju
loaded
to
with
wake
tentacles.
up?
Yes.
And why at that moment?
It's ready.
There is still a very wide gap between our heroes and the mind flayer. Also,
how many
why
more
is it sleeping?
bee puns do we
is
have?
There's
never enough
10,
bee puns.
The mind flayer is reduced
bee puns
to
for
brute
days.
force in the finale, losing all of its amorphous abilities from previous seasons. How and why?
Be
11. The military
careful
can't
on your
harm
way.
demo dogs, but Rambo Nancy's M16 damages the mind flayer directly. How? 12. The mind flayer's plan makes no sense. What is the point of the abducted children? How does merging with more kids make it powerful enough to pull Dimension X into Earth? 13.
I kind of like...
There is a major discussion of...
It says it doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't quite make sense, but it's like, all right, okay. If he was able to do all this plotting and stuff with Will is what they're insinuating, then the power of the whatever, he's using them like batteries, it seems, the kids. But it doesn't... Yeah, it's not clear why... what the goal is when he merges these worlds. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't quite make sense, but that's just how it be, and it is how it is, and it's done, and we can be done with it. Be done.
About Vecna targeting Will because he thinks Will is isolated and weak.
Yeah.
Are all 12 kids isolated and weak?
That was so with the, and I don't know if he's gonna get to this, but like I thought it was so weird. Like they're like, oh yes, we must use children because children are weak and easily corrupted, and then they're like, oh, instead of like, oh no, this is the point that I was trying to get at. They specifically, they're like, okay, we're gonna protect the kids ages 9 to 10, and that's, I guess, how old Will was when he got abducted. And I'm like, what is so special in this show about that age group with these kids? Why is it just kids 9 to 10? Are kids that are like is 7 to 8 less susceptible, more like, what is I don't understand the specific age gap on it. That part made no sense to me.
Why these 12 kids? And why
these 12 kids
from the exact same class?
Yeah, that's what he was just getting at.
Henry
like,
has a broken leg but limps around instead of teleporting, despite having the ability to do so. 15. The mind flayer doesn't use its smoke form to avoid harm.
Maybe he was hurt then.
Why not shift into the smoke form to avoid getting hit by all the kids' bullets? 16.
Maybe it can't do it in the
Dimension
abyss.
X, or as they call it, the abyss, is a barren
or
wasteland.
as they call it, the abyss. Kids 9 to 10 sounds like some
17.
Epstein Island. Literally,
post-merger
some Epstein Island shit. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Wouldn't merging the two planets also kill the mind flayer? 18.
Yeah,
Particles in blood give powers to Will, but 11 and Callie can't control the hive like Will can. Why is that? 19. Further.
Because they haven't been abducted by it. That does make sense. I disagree with him on this point of why that doesn't make sense. Will can see into the hive because he was abducted by Vecna, and he has been truly touched by it just because they have the dude's blood. It's not the same as, like, Vecna was connected to the hive, but they just had his blood and got his powers, not his connection to the alien, because Will was given main character armor. That too, which people are like, well, Will wasn't the main character, and agree and disagree. Like, Will was the first character that got abducted. He kind of started all of this off. Like, Will was touched by Vecna. Yeah, he was. Will was touched by Vecna. Like, he like that's like what the whole thing was. Like, he got abducted. It was Vecna who abducted him at the start in season 1. That was him who took him, and he used him in the same way that he tried to use these children. Like, that's the whole thing. They're like, you were the first one. And so it makes sense. 11 and her sister, they have his blood, but they don't have that same, like, the alien hive mind bullshit hasn't touched them in the same way. So it made sense to me.
Why does 11 have the telekinetic abilities and Callie can create the illusions? Is there a specific reason why both cannot do both abilities? 20.
Because genetics, and if they were infused with this dude's blood, you don't always necessarily get all of the same shit. Genetics are complicated. That would be my long story short.
Demodogs to
Abducted,
kill
touched,
Max
used.
instead
These
of appearing
are
himself,
stranger
despite
things.
being impenetrable
Yeah.
while physically present
Yeah.
on Earth. 21. Vecna
which is why I like that 11 died, because I really liked the speech that Hopper gave where he's like, no, you have to live because your life has been miserable. You were used and abused and hurt, and your whole life has been sad, and you deserve something good. And that's why I think it's a really fitting ending if she dies, because then she doesn't get any of that, and that is really sad. And that feels more realistic. 11 died. I thought she moved. It's unclear. They like make it unclear of what actually happened at the end. They show us her dying, but then at the very end in the epilogue, they're like, oh, Will's like, well, I like to believe that this is what happened, and she actually got away, and she's somewhere where there's a waterfall. So maybe she got away, maybe she didn't. I would like to believe that she died, because it feels like such a, oh, and they lived happily ever after bullshit ending if she actually did get away.
And create realistic illusion projections from across dimensions and while engaged in activity in the mind plane. At the same time he chases the children inside the mind plane, he also creates the illusion to trick Hopper into freeing 11 from the water tank. Why not do powerful illusions like this more often? 22. The relationship between the Mind Flayer possessing Henry
because I don't recall him doing, like, he's done that sometimes, but not too often.
The Mind Flayer battles
it's better
for
not to know sometimes. Exactly. I like not knowing. I felt like there was so much hand holding. Like, there was so much hand holding in this season of them being specifically like, this is what happened, this is how things work, and I like things being left open to the viewer. Like, that gives it rewatchability.
Why didn't the show properly explain this relationship? Is the Broadway show optional canon to be retconned when needed? It's like Star Wars and all their books. 23. The Mind Flayer origin is completely unexplained. Where did it come from? Was it from the Abyss? Is it from Dimension X?
Why does he need all the answers?
24. The Mind Flayer
are these problems with Stranger Things, or are these like things that are left open for the viewer to understand? I'm going back to this, because I didn't explain enough. But like, I don't need to know everything. I don't need you to explain every single little aspect to me, because then I get to talk about it, and I get to think about it, and I get to rewatch like. Why would I not want to do that? My favorite director is Stanley Kubrick, R.I.P. And the thing that I love about Stanley Kubrick is exactly that. He doesn't explain shit. He doesn't tell you what's going on. So then when you watch the movie next time, maybe you're going to have different thoughts. Maybe you're going to have different questions. Every experience can be something different, because you're always picking up new bits of info, and you're learning new things, and you're having new thoughts, and you're wondering new things. And so I'm not a fan of this wizard's take here of being so like, well, they didn't tell us this and they didn't tell us that. Good. I don't want to know everything, and I think that's okay. Like, I don't need to know everything. How the fuck would they learn about the origin of the Mind Flayer? Where would they learn that from? Like, why? That was one of the cool things about season 1, is that we were learning with them, and I don't really feel like we were really learning this season. Like, they did a little bit of like, we're gonna just like shove information down your throats instead of letting you discover it. Fill in the blanks are always better. Exactly.
In season 3, why not send infinite Demogorgons? Why are so few Demogorgons sent
he's going
each
so
time?
far back here in the seasons.
Why so selective?
That I'm like, I don't remember.
Why
a lot
so
of this
selective
stuff.
with the cannon fodder of each invasion?
It's very
25.
true.
Why didn't Vecna execute his season 5 plan immediately after season 4 riffs are created? Is it because of his injuries from Team Steve? Why did he take so long to fight back?
That's what they said. They said he went back.
Is the cause stopping Henry from entering Hawkins? They talk about needing gates all the time in season 4, but they don't fully expand on it. Why can't Vecna cross over himself and do everything himself? 27. How did Vecna get the kids into Dimension X and into the Mind Flayer's heart chamber? Can he fly?
Did he?
28.
Can he fly?
Vecna needs exactly 12 vessels. Why not fewer? Why not more? There is no explanation. 29. Hamazotz isn't explained. What actually is it? What are the rules of this mental world? I imagine it's like the astral plane from X-Men, but even then,
all right.
And how? 30.
All
is
right.
Camazot's Vecna's mind? Is it 11's void? Are those two the same thing?
Vecna's mind.
Why
yes.
or why not? 31.
I don't know why he's asking that. Camazot is Vecna's mind. They made that, I think, pretty clear. I'm like, this is one of the things that I can defend them on. And I think, this is not a problem with Stranger Things. They're like, this is his mind. We're in his mind. It was not 11's space. 11 just went into his mind. So bro needs to pay a little more attention. Yes, we've got our 12th Meowbee. We're gonna put him. Now. Oh my goodness! Another Meowbee. 13 Meowbees. All right. Meow. Okay, we'll keep playing, and I'll add
Actually,
the 13.
The Mind Flayer
Lucky
do
number
on Earth?
13.
What are the creature's actual motivations? We're never told. 31 plot holes, just for the villains. And we're not done yet. Let's talk about every
he's
character
only at
the Duffer
31?
Brothers simply forgot existed.
He must fly
Here
through
is
the rest
a
of
list
this.
of unresolved character fates and forgotten storylines.
Oh boy.
Number 1, Argyle from season 4
he's going
vanishes
quick.
after season 4.
Who's
No
Argyle?
mention, no resolution. Number 2, Enzo escapes Russia and is never mentioned again. Number 3, Vicky has an implied breakup with Robin, but we get no details. And she's absent from the ending entirely. For a character that got so much screen time, why is her fate left so open-ended? Is her inclusion in the show sponsored by U-Haul? 4, Murray fades into the background with no resolution, which is disappointing. Number 5, Dr. Owens is completely forgotten. What happened to him? 6, Susie.
I don't even remember Dr. Owens.
Her
Who
breakup
are
with
these
Dustin
people?
is unresolved and seemingly done off screen.
Oh
7,
yeah, Susie.
Dr.
I remember
K's
her.
entire operation ends without closure. Her
Who
fate
cares?
and her
It's
backstory
child
remain
relationships.
unknown. Number 8.
Third
Where are Max's parents?
Ian.
And how could they afford to keep her on life support for over 18 months between seasons 4 and 5? Number 9. How did Max graduate? She was in a coma for 18 months.
That's a really good
Child
question.
Left Behind Act wasn't established till 2001 during the Bush administration. Number 10. Mr.
Oh my
Clark
God.
has an abrupt involvement and calm debrief without any shock at learning the supernatural truth. Number 11.
Hey, he's a smart
Why
guy.
doesn't anyone care
he
about
doesn't
Ted
need to
Wheeler?
know.
And his kids.
Why doesn't anyone care
don't
about
go
Ted
to see
Wheeler?
him while he's in the hospital.
It's so
Number
true.
12,
He
how
lives. We
in
get to see
the
that he
hell
lives.
Did Karen Wheeler
From
sneak
coma
past the
school.
Demodogs, know where the Demodogs
She's
were
so
going,
smart. She's so smart. She
quietly
did summer
load the
school.
oxygen
Duh.
tanks into the dryer and then sneak away fast enough after turning on the dryer to not be seen. Also, how is she still alive? How is Ted Wheeler alive either? Her neck exploded, and if she did survive, she should be in an extremely deep
flesh
coma right now.
wound.
13.
A flesh
Derek's
wound. She's
parents and sister
fine.
are tied up in a barn and apparently
Oh my God,
forgotten.
for real, what happened to
14.
them?
What happened to all the pregnant women that were still inside the military facility, inside the Upside Down?
They
just
died.
get sucked out into the vacuum of space.
Yep.
That's 14
They died.
characters and
They died.
storylines just abandoned. Kind of like they
Yep.
never mattered. Here's something
It's
that should
only a
bother
flesh
you more than it
wound.
probably does.
Exactly.
This is a 9-year build-up for a show where nothing matters.
Yep.
There are no consequences in
Nope.
this finale.
None.
The government captures our heroes after they escape the Upside Down and then
But
just
they get away.
lets them go to graduation. Here's a list of unresolved consequences and logic.
They only
failures.
cared about 11.
Number
They didn't
1,
care about
government
them.
leniency makes no sense.
No.
Nancy and Hopper kill soldiers but are released without consequences. Why didn't the military execute everyone involved for treason? Or maybe just to do a cover-up? This is the Reagan administration we're talking about.
Can they execute them for treason when they themselves are doing like sketchy shit? Is that how it works? Like if you got involved, like say in probably, yeah, my brain's like, man, when they used to do like those syphilis studies and shit, like if you had spoken out again, yeah, they did kill you. So that does track.
Number 2, Dr. K and the military are
Oops.
hell-bent on making more 11s
Yeah, the
inside
government
the
would
Upside
kill you
Down,
for
despite
your
the fact
silence.
Brenner's lab was on Earth.
Imagine all those
Why
characters
put the
having
base
plot armor.
inside the Upside Down?
That'd be insane.
Is there a statistical benefit to
If
that?
everyone had plot
And
armor,
why act
nobody
so
dies.
leniently about the threats that are inside? Number 3, what happens to Will's powers post-Mind Flayer death, and why
Nothing.
didn't they
He doesn't
confirm
have
whether
any.
he loses his powers or not?
Why would
Number
they?
4, Max's
Who
recovery
cares?
is impossible. How did she regain her eyesight back? Number 5, Max is unfazed by Hopper's
Did she lose her eyesight?
Last she knew, he was dead. Number 6, Hopper and
How
Joyce
does she regain
know
it? It's
Henry
all magic.
Pre-finale,
They do. No
but
one
never
dies.
mention it
No,
or
I know.
react
It's so
with
unsettling.
Any kind of appropriate
It's
shock.
so unsettling.
This is confirmed
Like,
with the Broadway
why?
show. And the Duffers
At
are
least
saying
one of the
they
kids needed to die,
realized
which is
it
why I choose to believe
off-screen.
11 died.
Number 7, how did they get on top of the cliff so quickly? Number 8, how did Derek fit through the small hole? Number 9, even after climbing out the exit hole
did
from
his fat ass
Kamazat's,
fit through that hole,
they
they
still need
said?
to be woken up one by one. What
Yeah.
was the point of showing all the footage of them running to escape? Furthering that, number 10, in Kamazat's, Max can freely run around unscathed by her comatose and blind
Just
body
jump.
on Earth.
Exactly.
How come Derek gets winded from running around in the mental plane? This is just fat phobia at this point. 11, why is all the military mean to Derek? Number 12,
Why are they all
Project
mean to Derek?
Rainbow and the
Dipshit
Russian
Derek,
plot
that's the
lines
whole thing.
are
He's supposed to be a
completely
shitty kid,
13,
and-
Mike's knowledge of the
It's sad, yeah.
Holly Saves 11 illusion plan has such a weak indication of how he learns it that it furthers the likelihood that 11 is probably dead and everything Mike believes is conjecture. How would 11 have snuck away if the kryptonite boom
Who's
boxes
stronger,
render
11,
all these
Will,
magical
or Max?
heroes
11.
incapacitated?
I
Number
would
14, Hopper
very,
has
very
impossibly quick
confidently
trauma
say
recovery.
that.
The
Will
entire
has
series
like a
has
little bit of
Hopper
stolen
willing to lose
powers,
his
and
life
Max
or
is like
take
just a
his
normal
life.
ass
But after
person
11's
who
death,
was
he is seemingly
trapped
the
in
nicest and happiest
this
he's ever
dude's
been.
mind
15,
forever.
Will's continued connection to the
Not
hive
strong,
mind is
just smart.
writer's convenience. The particles left
But
Will's
11's
body
an
in season
actual
2.
like, oh,
Why
she
does
got
he have any
powers and
kind of
can
supernatural
really
anything
fuck some
after
shit
that?
up, and she
Throughout
does
season
that
5, he's still
without
connected to the hive mind.
Vecna, but it's still
How?
from Vecna because
16.
she was born
Will
with
is
his blood
included
in
in all
her
of
or
the
whatever.
plans, despite being
Whatever,
a spy
whatever.
risk through his hive link.
So I think you like
It's a
actually
two-way
listed
door.
them in the
If Will
correct
can tap
power
into
order.
Vecna,
11,
Vecna
Will,
can easily
Max.
tap into
For sure.
Will. Yikes.
Yikes.
17. What happened to Eddie's body? Was it abandoned in the Upside Down?
What do you mean? It
was
was
it ever recovered?
probably
18.
recovered and
Only the
buried.
protagonists
He has a
know about
burial
the events
site.
happening
He's
in
got
the
a
world.
tombstone.
The town has no broader awareness. What is the propaganda the town is being told, and
That's
what are
a
people
really good
saying
question.
about
I
it
was
in the
wondering
town?
about that, too.
The world outside of our heroes.
Did they think that the
feels
Earth
stale,
split from an
and it didn't in
earthquake?
season
I
1.
don't understand.
19, and this is a nitpick. Why are they using D20s when playing Dungeons & Dragons? The D20 dice was around then, but not made a staple of the
Tombstone
game until
doesn't
the
mean
third
body.
edition. 20.
Maybe
Mike's theory about
maybe
11's
not
fate
technically,
comes
but
after
I
an
don't think most
18-month
people are
delay.
going to purchase a tombstone
Somebody needs to put this kid in therapy.
without burying a body
21.
there.
If the Mind Flayer is still alive, then a new Flayer
correct me
stone
if I'm
can
wrong.
be collected
I've never heard of
again by
anyone
the
doing
government,
that.
resetting the entire cycle. If this is true, then 11's sacrifice would be pointless. 22. Why is Steve's conclusion that he becomes a high school sex ed teacher?
For real.
Isn't that super creepy? And wouldn't he
it
have
was
needed to go to
weird. It
college
was
or something
really
to get a
weird.
job in education?
Maybe not in the
23.
80s.
Lucas says
Maybe not
there
in the
are
80s,
no
but
coincidences,
I don't
But
know.
the finale relies entirely
They
on
died
coincidences.
overseas, like the military.
24. Why couldn't Vecna drag Holly while
it's a good
inside
point.
Kamazat's?
I don't know.
25. 11 and Max do not hug upon reunion.
My
In
brain's
season
like
3,
they just
it's
go on the
established they're
wall,
best
like the
friends.
wall of lost
They share under a minute
bodies
of
from
time
the
together.
wars.
26.
But you're right.
How
If
did
it's
11
not
and
war
Callie
related,
pull Max's mind
Good question.
back into Kamazat's? 27. And breaking down Mike's cope that 11 might still be alive.
That
How
is a
would
good question
Callie
about Max.
survive long enough after being shot and bleeding out for approximately 2-ish hours,
What?
then have the strength
Go on the
to
wall.
pull off an illusion at the
I'm
same
like, they
time
don't
the
just like
wormhole is
add, that's not like a
collapsing, and at the same
never-ending
time
like
have enough
keep
strength
etching more
to
names
pull Mike
in.
into
How
a
silly.
mind plane to say goodbye. 28. Holly's encouraging dipshit Derek to confront Henry alone is a pointless waste of time. Nothing comes of this.
Nothing does
29.
come of it.
Why wouldn't the heroes consider using the
It
sound
gives them
kryptonite
time.
machines against Vecna? Our protagonists never have problems taking out military. Why not use the military technology that's left behind? 30.
Stupid.
The Duffer Brothers said this was going to be a dark Christmas. What did they mean by that? Because nothing happened in Volume 2 except Will coming out.
Yeah. Pretty dark.
That's
Pretty
30
dark.
more. And as we tally
Somebody
up
sting
everything
me.
from
I
each
must
of the
be
lists, we'll
dreaming.
find 33 plot holes,
33
30 lore
plot
gaps
holes,
and retcons,
30 lore gaps.
20 dropped arcs, 14 convenience and
Yikes.
logic failures, and okay, maybe 1 or 2 nitpicks. But that puts us at 99. 99 narrative failures of Stranger Things.
I
You know,
like
a
this
show or
AI
movie
rendering
or any
there. I
story
don't know who
really
that was,
is
but
only
that
as
was
good
funny.
as its plot. Stranger Things Season 1 had a strong plot. And
It
it's only
did. It did have a
because
strong
that plot
plot.
was so strong that we fell in love with all the characters.
It's true.
The story hit on such satisfying
I felt like it just
beats,
kind of was a
making
downward
the characters feel
slope.
like real people put into this supernatural world. But as each season progressed, it stopped being
beeline,
about
if you
plot
will.
and started being more about character. It stopped being about overcoming the obstacles and challenges of this supernatural fictional world and started being more about the characters complaining about my feeling.
To AI render because Netflix
there are now
literally
plot holes left behind.
I just liked the
Unanswered
insert of
questions
whatever
that are going to
character
be
they put
poorly
in there because I've
explained
seen other
away by
AI
the
renderings
writers
where it's
who
like
waited
still
too
Will,
long
but that was like
and
Will in a
didn't
fun
deliver.
shirt
I
or
made a
somebody
video
else
in
entirely, and I
November
liked
discussing
that.
the idea that people aren't
liked
going to
that.
like the ending, regardless, because expectations are just too high. When you make
Maybe,
people
but
wait
if it was
for
a good
something, their
ending,
expectations increase.
this wasn't a good ending.
I made that video with the theory that they were going to at least give us something to actually debate and discuss for a series ending. But the reality is that this whole show was just empty. Friends, if this video brought you any value and you're not yet subscribed, consider subscribing. Until next time, create, innovate, inspire others to do so as well.
Yeah.
And for the love of God, cancel Disney Plus.
For real. I agree. Disby agrees with that statement. I like that. Yeah, that was very fast, and I didn't even comprehend all the problems that he said. But I will agree. Yeah, I think this was a downward spiral. It was a downward spiral from the start, and we were always gonna be screwed. But we did it anyways, and now here we are. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna rewatch the whole Stranger Things. I need to know now. I need to know how it all kind of flows together, because basically every time a new season of Stranger Things came out, I would have to go rewatch all of Stranger Things to remember what even happened. So now it's just time to do it all. Just do it all. Why not? Why not? Just get it all together and actually fully experience the story, and then I can tell if this season was as bad as I think it was, or if it's all just been... Is this actually any worse than the last season? Like, I barely remember the last season. So, yeah. But I think that was the last Stranger Things video that I'd like to watch today. But it was so nice. Yeah, I know this was a bit of a short stream, but it was so fun to hang out with you guys and just chat. And yeah, I would like to do more just chattings and reactings with you guys. I think this was so fun, hanging out with all the meows, all my little meowbies. Oh, thank you so much, Hive, for tuning in. I will be back soon, but for now it's time for this bee queen to buzz off. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.